Alright, you guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another part 2. Now, usually when someone does story time on their vehicle, it's usually one video, not two videos, but the other half of the video from the first half was just, like I said in the last one, it was just way too long. And I didn't want to just throw together a 36 minute. Well, if I'm being honest, I think it was a good almost 40 minutes. So I had to cut it in half and make it two-part video because, like I said, I don't want a whole 40-minute video of just me doing errands and discussing how I got the video or the car. So here's part 2 for you guys. I hope you guys do enjoy the rest of the story because this is probably so far my stressful video, the most stressful video that I've made so far. So let's finish the story and then you guys will be finally caught up on everything. So that's the good news. Bad news is no more story time on the vehicle. But I do have more stories to tell for the vehicle, like what I want to do with the car. But all right, you guys, that is done. Property tax has been paid. Oh, you guys fell over. Now you're upside down, or I'm upside down. So that's done. Now we get to finish the story time. Back to story time. Finish the story up, right? Let's see. Hold on, give me a minute. I forget. The last thing that I said was, oh, the car was dented. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna find somewhere to pull off where it was dented at. So it was dented. They had sent me an email saying, well, before I get back to the story, so I did the taxes, paid my property tax for my Trailblazer, and they said if this vehicle was on the list for a property tax, it would have pushed me to $248.56. That's a big jump from $75. That's crazy. That makes me a little bit nervous. Right. Now, I'm leaving those two moments in where the battery died. So I have two batteries, right? And one was fully charged when I left home, and the other, I could have sworn I charged it. It said it was green. Green means it's fully charged. So I've had two fully charged batteries and one dead battery. Well, it kind of died as soon as I started recording. Well, I'm leaving those in because you guys know that, stuff happens. What was I saying? That's better than $75 is way better than 200, and that's what I remember saying before the battery died. Oh, I guess I can continue the story. So we're just gonna sit here in this parking spot. This is what I'm looking at. So, and then there's a chapel, church. Wesley? It's a church. But back to the story. Let's go ahead and kill the car. Back to the story. Actually, while we're sitting here, I can actually show you guys exactly dead batteries in there, where the dent was since we're not in motion. So it's on the passenger side, and here's where it was. It was like right here in this area right here, and there was like a dent right here, and then there's a dent right here, and you couldn't really see it unless you're like hovering right over the top of it. And when I first approached the car, I was on this side first, the driver's side, and then I walked over on the passenger side but I still couldn't see it because, of course, it's bright. Well, that's clouds, but it was bright like it is right now. And looking at it from like right here, this is how far it was from the car. You could not see it, and he had pointed that out to me, and you can still kind of see like how they had to repaint it right here and stuff, like right in there. But so that had to be fixed, and like the car has its imperfect points, like right here. This was kind of like scratched. I like covered up the scratched part with more decal. That wasn't like that originally. I went through a car wash, and the car wash actually took. Which side? Which? Hold on. Nah, it was the other side. Hang on, before we go over there. This was all scratched up and pulled off. It wasn't really bad, but after I went through the car wash, it pulled more off. So I actually got some trim to like make it look better. Like from here, you can't tell. I'm going to show you guys. I don't know if you can see that, but I already have another piece of trim coming in, but I wanted it to look like it's not scratched from a distance. So that looks better. I mean, that's still chipped, but I'm not going to worry about it. But the vehicle's also dirty. We're supposed to be getting a lot more rain, so I'm not going to wash the car. Let's see. Oh, I heard some people have problems with the door actually closing on them. Mine's only done it once, and that was like 2 weeks ago. In the entire 8 months I've had the vehicle. But this is the good side. When I went through the car wash, it pulled off this piece right here, and I see like a bit of trim right here too. So I'm guessing it ripped off like another piece right here. It really messed up the good side. And then when I got the car, there was like, as you can see, there's like paint laid over this. I have to like clear coat it. Once I have the paint for it and the clear coat it, is just, I'll probably work on this when I actually get the other 370Z trim in here. So this was kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it looked like it was burnt or something, because touching it, it didn't feel like it was peeled. It looked like it was kind of like burnt. So this was already like kind of off. So what I did was just painted that part and that part once I put down like a new piece of black trim on there. And the trim that I bought was kind of like, it worked for the sole fact of it was the same size as it, some pieces, and then the other pieces were like just a little bit smaller, which was fine because only one side was like torn, and I just wanted it to be covered and match the black that's already on the car. But the dent, I had hand cooked tires. Right now I have Continental tires. Don't mind the dirtiness. We need a wash. I know we need a wash. But I had hand cooked tires on the back, and then this tire I had a Falcon, and then the other tire was also hand cooked. So I had 3 hand cooked tires on here and one Falcon, and they all needed to be, well, I needed new tires. Not immediately, but the amount of tread that I have on here, I actually need new tires for here is probably the same exact tires tread that I had on the other tires. And those tires did not last long, considering of how West Virginia is. I mean, The roads are kind of like eh, eh. I mean, they're not the best roads, but not many places will have good roads. I mean, some places do, but West Virginia, the areas that I'm usually in, the roads are eh. They could be better, but they could be a lot worse if they wanted to. But that, the tires, the trim, there's also chip marks on the car, but it's fine. I'm going to get that taken care of. I've actually already started that with the paint that I have, but I'm not a painter, so I don't want to like go crazy on it and like dab, 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 dab. I mean, they're like little small chip spots. I just filled it in for now so rust doesn't get my car. And then, I mean, I can clear coat it, but for an example, let me try and find one. Now, look, do not judge. I am not a painter, okay? Like right here, this is one spot that was chipped. If it'll focus, that's one of the spots that was chipped. Now, I could have left it alone, but then rust would actually take it, and I don't want any rust on this car. I have the the piece that I have for the car actually comes with it's like a marker, but it's a paintbrush at the same time. But on the top here, it actually I was about to say scrapes off the rust, but that sounds brutal. It takes off the rust. Just rubbing it, it'll take off the rust. Blow it, spray it. I don't know, air. But this will take off the rust that is on the vehicle. And I had maybe one spot that had rust on it. It's not around anymore. And it works. You have the paint itself in here, and then this bottom part right here has the clear coat in it, which it works. It gives me that sparkle back. It's not immediate, of course, because it's paint. It needs to take time to, but I think I might have a professional do it instead of having myself do it, because I don't want to do it myself because I'm not a painter and I want it to be perfect. And I know if a professional does it who knows exactly what he's doing, it'll be perfect 100%. So I have this. This was about $34, I think. I went to the Nissan dealership and I asked them about if I could bring the car in for them to like repaint the car and stuff like that. He said I could do that, but they also had this. So I bought this just to like cover up the spots that didn't have any paint on it that was starting to rust or going to rust at some point. Did that, and they said if they have a department that'll do that. So Carvana took care of the alignment because I needed an alignment when I got the car. So Carvana took care of the dent on the top on the passenger side, and oh wait, they didn't take care of the alignment. I took care of that because that was outside of my warranty. So the things that I've had to do on this car to make it 100% is the alignment. The alignment was $156, and then I had to get both O2 sensors replaced, not together. What was it? The passenger side O2 sensor died on me, I want to say, almost 3 months of having the vehicle. And then a month after that, the driver's side O2 sensor died out on me. So I had to take care of the alignment, both O2 sensors, and tires. But I mean, of course, I'm gonna take care of tires. So those were the 4 things that I did last year for the vehicle. Now, right now, I didn't realize someone had commented on the exhaust, right? And
in my mind, I thought it was completely stock when I first got it, so I never looked into it or anything like that. But then I did some digging on what a completely stock 370Z sounds like, and it's really quiet. So then I looked at like what it sounds like if it wasn't stock, muffler delete or aftermarket, and after Nissan looking at it, seeing why my check engine light comes on, it's nothing related to the engine. The engine is fine, and I also do my own OBD scanner. And what they came across after talking to Techlin, they had saw that the exhaust is not the stock exhaust, right? So someone someone if I had the paper I could read it exactly word from word, but I don't have a picture of it and I don't have the paper with me. But it's apparently I think it said straight piped and something else. But the welding is off on it, so now it's making the car think that there's a problem. They checked both cats, they checked the O2 sensors, they checked everything you can think of on the car. Now, to get the check engine light away, which is the easy part, is getting a new exhaust, which I will. So I'm not too worried about the exhaust system because I'm going to be getting a new exhaust. Either the F1 Valvetronic exhaust for this car, or NVIDIA, or the catback from Z1 Motorsports. So I'm looking at 3 exhausts. Of course, the Valvetronic one is the most expensive, but it sounds the best. I'm 100%. I've heard it in person on a Huracan and an R8. Now, maybe at some point down the line, maybe a year, half a year, maybe 2 years down the line, I'll get that because that's about $3,000. But for now, I'm looking at the Nvidia and the catback because they're both around the price range of $1,000. Whether the Valvetronic one is around $3,000, just above that, or it's just above that because I want the carbon fiber tips and the resonator. So that's what I want for the car. Um, Other than the story of the car and how I got it, that's how I got it. Those were the problems with it. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. No, I didn't miss anything. That's pretty much how I got the car. Bought it from Carvana last year, 2018 or 2024, August 13th, 2024, and it's mostly stock, kind of. We're definitely not pushing 332 horsepower. Um, we got performance filters on here, and we have, of course, the badges that I changed out for the carbon fiber badges and the black 370Z badges. Should I say that on camera? But the car is still stock, and this year the car will be paid off. So that's yeah, that's the 2024. I don't know why I keep saying 2024. That's the 2019 Heritage Edition 370Z. Now, as far as plans on what I want to do to the vehicle, you guys will have to wait for the next video. But that's gonna be it for this. Now, before I go, I will give you guys. I mean, you guys had one montage of the car, but I guess just to put more time into this video, we'll do another.
that she feeling me. I'm traumatized by her, got a spell on me. I'm not a garage door, I don't breathe easily. Tired of dumb whores, always trying to copy sheets. Goddamn, I spark too bright, like a hummer bee. Feel like I evil, I defeat her, keep on coming back to life. DBC, a special beamer, I pick a hole of cell. Different scouters from my power, my bullets in your eye.
Now with that being the whole video, there is one thing I do want to let you guys know on. So last night I picked up a new trick with the car, right? So I didn't know this, and I thought that, because when I bought the car I was like, oh, let me find out what the cool tricks and stuff were. I found lowering the window by myself, and then YouTube, the other stuff. Not one video that I watched mentioned that you can mute the car. Where's my key? It's in my pocket. All right, so I didn't drop the key. So right now, the car is actually on, so it's not going to do it. All right, close that. So the car actually makes a beeping sound because it's unmuted. Oh look, there's that paper. Car makes a beeping sound, right? So it does that, and then touching it makes a beeping sound. Now, if I hold both the lock button, hang on, let's sit it down and do it. If I hold the lock button and the unlock button, you guys didn't hear it, but it made a sound. Now, it doesn't make any noises. So you can mute and unmute the car. I thought that was a funny little feature. And now it's not muted. So now when I push the button to unlock it or unlock it, well, it doesn't make any sounds with unlock, but with that, it'll make a beeping sound. And locking it makes a horn sound. So I thought that was a cool little feature that I found on my own. And I'm like, what, 7 or 8 months in? I got it August, we're in May, got June, July, August. We got 3 months before we hit that 1 year mark. And before the 1 year mark, I want either to add my carbon fiber spoiler or cold air intakes, or maybe both. If I find time to do both, I'll do both, and then that'll be the 1 year change from when I got the car a year ago to now. I think the biggest changes on the car is definitely the black, and that one, this guy is next, because that looks horrendous. Just look at that. You have all this other black, the trim, the mirrors, the interior, the pillar, or whatever that piece is called right there. All that's black. Even the Z right there is black. And Nissan decided to make that chrome. It's going to be changed to carbon. All right, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just like finishing off a video right here in this spot. But that is going to wrap up part 2. I really hope this doesn't die. I'm going to be quick with it because I have like 2%. But if you enjoyed part 1 and 2 of the videos, which was 100% unintentional, couldn't help myself. Too much time, too much everything. But I enjoyed making these 2 videos. It was actually really fun, minus the corruption. But with that being said, if you guys did enjoy this video, you know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell if you haven't already hit, so then you'll know when I post something new. Whether it's a short, a post on YouTube, or a video. But like I always say, stay happy, stay experts, and as always, stay drivers. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.
Caution, unnecessary. Got different diabolical thoughts. I know, love steady coming from my mouth. I'm toxic. Playing with the poison fuck me up. I'm addicted. Yeah, cautious.